Okay, friends. Woo, Tyler, we're struggling. All right. Hi, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been having a great week. Let's just jump into some Reddit relationship advice. We got some good ones for you today. So let's jump into it. Here we go. Story number... Why do I need to do that? Story number one. I still did it. Me. Uh, Story number one. Oh, help me, Jesus. I, 28-year-old male, constantly told my partner, 21-year-old female, she's the prettiest girl in the whole world. But she can't say it back. That hurts. That hurts. Okay. I see no one else when I'm in love. No celebrities, no coworkers, not a girl on the street. My partner is supremely attractive to me. I feel that way too. Like, it's so funny. I was talking to a friend about this, and it's very interesting. Like, you can look at when I really liked someone, or like we were like together, or like when we were at our best in our relationship. I think other people are still attractive. Like, I can recognize and be like, oh, like, damn, they're hot. But it's not a sexual attraction at all. It really is like, oh, I see this person and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But like my partner or like whoever I'm with, I'm like, oh, like, but you like, and it's so I get that. Some people, they're like, no, it's not like I don't have eyes. I can't see someone's like attractive or not. But it's like, no, when I'm connected to my partner, I don't really see people in that light. So that's a real thing. All right, a year ago, well, I guess it was a real thing. They're not together. Hey, a year ago, I broke up with my partner because we weren't physical. It was great, except I felt very ugly with her. I told her as often as I could I thought she was the most beautiful person alive and never heard it back. Well, how often did you tell her to? Because sometimes that can get a little annoying. Like, you should definitely tell your person, but if, like, every day you're waking up like, you are the most beautiful thing. Because then, like, do you really mean? Are you just saying it? Kiss. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you're saying it an appropriate amount of times. I've transformed my body and tried to rekindle things recently, but I told her if she can't see me how I see her, I'm not interested. Good. Set a boundary. Say like, look, if it's not mutual, we ain't doing it. That's it. That's it. She confessed that I'm not the most attractive person to her. Girl, go to hell. Oh, I guess that's fair. I mean, did she have to say it like that? Not the most handsome man, what have you. She said I'm the most attractive man she's been with, and I told her it wasn't enough for me. Right? That also feels like I can do better. That's coded language, girl. I told her I don't want to feel like the best you can do. Yes, I want to feel like if you could have anyone, it would be me. Absolutely. The way I made you feel. There ain't anyone that has on her. That's his words, not mine. I'm like, she surely cannot be this amazing. I also feel like she is a nasty person and you just think she's physically hot. I'm gonna say it because the way that she broached this conversation, I'm not the most attractive person to her. Maybe it's okay. Most attractive I've been with. Like, yeah, let me not villainize her. Um, but there is a world in which she's not a nice person, but she's really hot. And then I'm like, you're just a pick me boy. Pick me boy. I forget what it's actually called because it's pick me girls and what is it for boys? Simps. Simps. I hope you're not a simp. I mean, you lost a lot of weight for her. You should do that for yourself, never for someone else. She says I'll be closer to my goal if I get abs. So she is what I thought she was, and he is who I think he is. Okay? You understand? Crazy. I'm in real good shape. I just have a dad bod. What kind of dad bod? Like old school dad bod or like Gen Z slash early millennial dad bod? I feel like it's the latter. Like you're like, I have built muscles. I have like a little bit of a stomach, but like I have strong chest and arms. I feel like that's what we're going for. But I know there are girls who would see me the way I want, the way I am now. I have If you have tried to have their way with me, Jezebel, since the breakup, and one even told me as much. It's a shame I'm so hooked on my ex. Yes, it really is. You should work on that. I don't want to feel like my partner has wandering eyes. I don't want to feel. Oh, sorry. I thought he was gonna be like this whole thing. He switched it. So whoops. I want to feel like the only boy in the world. Want you to make me feel. Call Rihanna. Maybe that sounds like I'm a princess, but damn it, if I'm dishing that out, I want it in return. Absolutely. There's a difference between saying like, I want this for me, but I'm not gonna give that to someone else. It sounds like you were giving that, and you had an expectation you would receive it back, but that didn't happen, right? Expectations are a funny thing. Like when they're not met, you have to make a decision on how you deal with that. And so yours was to break up with her. Good. And then I think that means the next person you're focused on is that like when you're praising them for their beauty and that you are connected to them, that they are also a person that like believes in affirming you in that way. I think that's fair. Was it stupid to have left a good thing? It wasn't a good thing because you weren't feeling good in the relationship. I hate when people say that. Did I leave a good thing? You weren't happy, which is why you broke up, you dumb. That was a little aggressive. um because I'm not the most beautiful thing in the world in the eyes of my partner, but all these other people think you're beautiful. So maybe you're just not with the right person. Maybe you're just not with the right person. Gotta enunciate. I'm not asking about morals. I'd like to hear your personal opinions. Thank you. Well, you just got all mine. All right, we have an edit. I realize how shallow this comes off. I'm not talking about conventional beauty. I'm describing something that comes after you learn someone intimately, after you see their heart. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you are so beautiful to me. And even people that I thought were attractive, I was like, oh, I think they're more attractive people while I'm dating or something like that. When I became connected to them and I got to see who they really were as a person, that just changed everything for me. So the fact that like I understand the experience he's describing, and he had that experience with her, but she didn't have with him. And she's not required to have that with him. But if she's talking about like maybe you get a six pack that'll change, like girl, you ain't never gonna find someone that's gonna fulfill you in that way. Because it's not about that. You don't date the abs, you date the person, the soul. Suddenly it seems like everyone else's attractive features don't exist. This one person is all you see. No one even comes close. She never felt that way with for me. She also can't be this hot. I feel like you really simping. I feel I'm gonna look at a picture of her. It's gonna be Sarah Plain and Tall. Put a picture of a Sarah Plain and Tall. Mm. I hope that was misogynistic. One of the comments says, "Bro, you're the prettiest girl in the world," and then he says, "Bro, thank you, bro." That's good. Yeah, hype up your friends, y'all. Um, yeah, I think you did the right thing breaking up. I don't think you should get back together with her. I think you should. You clearly are not satisfied with yourself. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take that back. You are willing to sacrifice your happiness for this person, and because of some of the things she said, like maybe if you got six packs, it was just confirmation she is not a great person on the inside, and you are only focused on the aesthetics of her. And you even said the part of like getting to know her heart. I think I call bullshit. I do. I think she is very attractive. I think you feel like you might not be able to get better. I feel like there's some hidden feelings there. You just need to realize that what you're saying. Yeah, you're saying the right things. I know my worth. I want someone to treat me like this. I'm giving that energy out, and I would love to be with a person that gives it back. You know that's not her, so you got to let it be. And anything else that you're telling yourself, it ain't it. And if you really can't let her go, you need to clock yourself because there's something about you that's making you be attracted to her, and it is not based on it's based on you not feeling secure in yourself in some form or fashion. And just explore what that is. Next story. All right, friends, if you've been enjoying this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as we will be uploading these every week. More or less. All right, let's get back into story number 2. This is going to be a very quick one. My 31-year-old female boyfriend, who's a 36-year-old male, wants to have a threesome, but will he resent me after? The answer is possibly. My boyfriend, 36-year-old male, and I, 31-year-old female, have been together for a few months now. But we've known each other for almost a year. Okay. He is dominant, but is focused mostly on my pleasure. He brought up the idea of a threesome with either a man or a woman. Okay, open minded. He thinks I'd like it sure to some. I'm reading that right. It's just written wrong. As he thinks I'd like it sure to some kinks slash preferences that I have. Okay. I feel very secure in the relationship and I would love to explore these things together. My concern is what if there is jealousy or resentment afterwards? I'm going to pause you right there. The fact that you thought that it tells me two things. One, either you know people that have tried this and you didn't know that it's failed. So, like I do, and probably a lot of people watching do. Or two, right? Especially when you start off, if you start off a relationship monogamous and you open it up, it's just very, you got to be careful. They fail more often than they end up being successful. Um, is what I've seen and what a lot of my friends have experienced. If they start off open, that's like a very different story. Oh, the fact that you're like, what if there's jealousy or resentment afterwards? I think there's a part of you that knows your partner at this time, either because you've known him for a year, and even though you've only been dating him for a few months, that's enough time to know someone to get a good gauge. And you could see a world in which he switches up on you, which is like, oh, so did you like him more? Or like, well, I didn't think you like her that much, right? We're just like, oh. And the fact that like either this has happened in your relationship or you could see it happening is alarm enough to be like, you know what? If we don't need it, we don't need it, is my opinion. But do you? It's only been a few months, so it's not like, I mean, if y'all break up, you break up. I don't want either of us to feel differently about each other. Um, I don't know what you mean by that. Things aren't going to just stay the same. Even if you're able to do it for fun, it will change the dynamic of your relationship, right? Because now you're going to have more of an open relationship, and that's going to come with a lot of different elements, just a lot. How you communicate, what rules you have in place, right? Because before, when you're in a monogamous relationship, I don't kiss anyone, I don't sleep with anyone, I go to the bar, I'm just with my friends, I shouldn't be flirting with people. But if you're in an open relationship, oh yeah, sure, but like don't make it a friend, or like, okay, yes, but like I want you to know the person, I want you to have one night stands, right? That there are like rules, and how are you abiding by the rules, and like how do you make sure that it's fair and open, right? A lot more things come when you do this kind of open relationship situation. So absolutely, things are going to be different. So if you think things aren't going to change, you can just have your threesome. That's not how that's going to work. At this moment in time, I feel like I wouldn't feel badly about it afterwards, but I am worried just in case it does happen. Has anyone had any experience with this? I don't know if I'm really overthinking it. I think if you're okay with the relationship falling apart, then great. If you are like, no, this is really precious and sacred to me, then don't. That's it. But like you shouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work out. Oh, this comment right here. If the literal thousands of stories on Reddit of this destroying relationships are to be believed, dot 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 dot, maybe don't. And then the comment underneath that says, they're gonna do it. They are only responding to comments that support doing it. LOL, womp womp. Look, I told you, if you want to do it, you gonna do it. So I don't know why you went up in here and asked people. Um, Good luck. Again, it's possible to be working out fine. You just have to have open communication, but do not minimize what this means. If you do this, this means that you're like basically saying you're in an open relationship, and that means you have to have a lot of conversations about how you define that in the beginning, because it's gonna come up and you'll be like, oh, this, and you're like, but I thought it was fine because we did this. All right, just be prepared. Be prepared. It could, again, I'm not anti open relationships. If it's for you, it's for you, but be honest with yourself. Okay. Final story. Final story here, friends. Another quick one, real quick. My 32-year-old male girlfriend, who's a 27-year-old female, going to coffee with guy. My girlfriend, a 27-year-old female, told me, 32-year-old male, that she is going for coffee with this guy who she used to talk to a lot when she worked at a coffee shop a few years ago. They used to talk about dance as they both like dancing as well as other topics. He apparently contacted her out of the blue on LinkedIn and suggested that they go for a coffee, to which she obliged. Interesting. And on LinkedIn too, not Facebook, so you can't be like, here's my partner. So the question is, did she say, sure, just so you know I have a boyfriend? Okay. All I know about the guy is that he was once married with two kids, not sure if still married or not. Okay. And according to my girlfriend, he was a genuinely nice guy. I appreciate that my girlfriend told me about this up front. Yeah, that's definitely good. But I am kind of questioning the intentions of the guy. I just wonder what your opinions are on this. Should alarm bells be going or do I have nothing to worry about? Thank you. Um I think it's a I think it causes for a pause, but it's not an immediate red flag. Like I can think about if I had if I had a partner right now, um, and someone I used to work with hit me up to catch up, or maybe an old friend. Yeah, an old friend that I didn't sleep with that we could be in a sexual situation. In terms of like they're like gay or bi or something, like they're queer. Um It would depend. There's some people I'm like, "Oh, I feel like you sneaky link." There are some people I'm like, "Oh no, this is I don't think that's what this is. Like this feels like a genuine like let's catch up and see how things are in life." Um, and maybe like your girlfriend was like, "Well, let me see if he's still married." Maybe she went on like Facebook to see and it's like, "Oh, I saw he's still married." But I feel like if I was her, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, catch up. It seems like he's great, with his wife and two kids." I don't know how you bring it up naturally. Um I think you should definitely talk about it though. Um, be like, so do you think he's still in a relationship? Do you think he wants to sleep with you? um, and I don't think she should get offended by that. I think that's a fair question to ask. This random guy hits you up after years of not talking. Is he still in a relationship? Is he trying to see you? Did he think it was more? I think those are all fair questions. I mean, if the answer is no, the answer is no. I wouldn't be offended. I'd be like, no, yes, maybe. I'll let you know. But if I really was like, no, it feels genuine, it's nice. If something were to come up that feels off, I will let you know. And I also will not be seeing that person again. That would be my compromise if I'm like, I genuinely think it's fine. And I hope that my partner has enough trust to be like, okay, I hear you. Um, Let me see. I think this top comment, it says a few questions I think need to be asked. Did she tell him she had a boyfriend? Right? Is he still married or is he single? Yeah. If he's single, chances are he's looking for more than just catching up, right? Like, and all those are great questions because if the answer is he's still in a relationship while she's there and catching up, it'll be easy for her to just drop a line and be like, "Oh yeah, and I live with my boyfriend," right? Like that can easily be done in the first like three sentences. Um, yeah, so I think it's okay, but you should definitely talk to her about your feelings about it beforehand, just so you're both on the same page about like, hey, this feels a little weird for me, and then hopefully her response is like, how can I make this more comfortable for you? Like it's trust for me, it doesn't feel like a big deal, but like, what do I need to do to make sure this feels secure for you? Because that's what a good partner should do. Like you look at the situation, you're like, I get it, right? And you're like, you don't trust me, and that kind of, I get it. You look at it, you're like, okay, fair, like, yeah, fair. It doesn't mean you're up to something. Just be like, no, that's not what it is. If they try to pull something, I'll let you know, and I just won't see them again. Just keep it chill, y'all. And with that, thank you so much. Don't forget to interact with the video, friends, and I will see you again. I will see you again soon. Bye.